What's up, y'all? This is your boy, Gentleman Jack, back with another episode of Hallways on BS. I got my boy Juice Soul and my boy Steph Curry. We're missing one with Soprano C, but he'll be back with us next time on the next episode. So first off, before we start, how's y'all week been, though? Been pretty good?
Fantastic.
Man, yeah, I have to say this week has been, pretty well. I feel like an adult this week. I bought my first pair of Birkenstocks, which was an interesting cop for me. I didn't think I would like wearing sandals like that, but I guess what they say when the older you get, the more mature you get, your taste changes. So yeah.
Nah, man, shoot, hey, with being up in the Windy City, man, got the wind in between your toes, man.
Man, that wind it don't feel it, but between your toes, I can't even get my words. It's not even between your toes, man. It'll go straight through you.
Oh man,
it's crazy. It's like how Voldemort went through Harry in that first movie. That's how the wind gets you, man. I promise you, every single time. It's too cold.
What a reference, bro!
I promise you.
How many times have you seen that movie, bro?
Bro, wait. Way too many times, man. Way too many times. I am a Potter. I don't know the name
Potterhead.
of the fan group.
Yeah,
Potterhead.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, cool.
But yeah,
glad to hear everything's going good with everybody. So man, we go.
How you doing, Jared?
Oh man, shoot, I'm doing good, man. Shoot, hey, I've had a lot of good recent stuff going on. Between moving to a new spot and then won some awards at work. So man, I've had a pretty good.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, it's definitely a nice little motivator. So I'm definitely excited to kind of move forward, get some more stuff done, more work to be done. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start off with this first topic, man. This one is relatively new, based off the past couple of days, man. We finally got the J. Cole response with 7-minute drill, and then as of today, we got the apology. So, man, I'm gonna start off with you, man. What do you think about this whole situation with this,
man? First and foremost, respect to the big three. K-Dot, J. Cole, Drake, respect to all of them. I am so conflicted about all of this because I remember in the last podcast I was literally talking about I want J. Cole to come with a crazy diss to just come straight direct at him. And literally it was so subtle with the stuff that he said, mentioning his discography.
man?
But arguably the stuff that he said about his discography being so is the same thing that people say about J. Cole, which is crazy, but we're going to let it ride, whatever it is. But then, Dreamville Fest happened on Sunday, and then J. Cole admits an apology saying that he felt conflicted inwardly and he didn't even want to do that. And honestly, from what I got from all of that, it's just it wasn't no real beef to begin with. But also, it's just K-Dot dissed you, bro, and you answer it back. You know what I mean? If you're gonna diss somebody, you gotta stand on that. It's
stand on it.
You shot at me first, so I shot back, honestly. But I understand. I see both sides of it. I understand where he's coming from. If you conflicted inside yourself, by all means, get whatever negativity out your system and do what you got to do. But also, man, it's just bro, you didn't even have to say nothing if you really didn't want to, because now you got all these people on social media talking about, oh, he's definitely stamped as number 3, this and that. He can't never be the greatest rapper. And I mean, it's just so interesting just because the debates go on about if you claim to be the best rapper, you shooting this and that, you claiming this and that, you gotta stand on that. The weakest link falls at that point. And not saying that Cole's the weakest link, but just what he did is just I don't know, as a Cole fan, it's just so why'd you do that, man?
Yeah.
Nah, man.
And I guess that's my whole take on it.
Steph, here, do you want to go for me? Because I'm gonna go nuclear with it, man. Hey,
I'm so disappointed in him. Like seriously, man. Like you can't push a nigga or hit him in the face, and then as soon as he's about to swing back, be like, nah, never mind. Like it don't work like that. Like you done already said your dish, just live with it. Like why are you so conflicted? Hold on. By the way, I gotta stop myself. Kendrick To Pimp a Butterfly has poisoned my mind because whenever somebody says conflicted now, I just think of his poem. I, I remember you as conflicted, misusing your
Misusing your
Man,
influence.
influence. Sometimes it did
shout
the
out to the
same.
album. No, facts. That's facts, man.
But I don't like the way this nigga moves, man. I don't like the way J. Cole moves, bro. Like at this point, how can you not agree that Drake is more of a student of the game than J. Cole? Cause Drake, as much as his bars are kind of weak sometimes, he revolutionized the diss game, bro. With back to back, and
No.
just nah,
Hell,
bro. The way he
hell,
went at Meek, bro, he revolutionized the diss game to
no.
me.
He revolutionized.
He
Hey,
revolutionized
yo.
it, bro. So you can't drop a diss and be like, "Hey, man, I don't really got a problem with you. I'm sorry." Like, nah, bro. Once you release that diss, you better come out with another one back to back. I mean, shit.
Steph, you're gonna have to go
Nah.
on you right now too, man.
I
Dang.
mean,
He might have to go to detention with that one. He revolutionized the disc game.
but
He
like
came all the way from Ice Cube.
at this point, J. Cole is the most controversial figure to me of the big three. Just this like tops everything that any of the other three have ever done in terms of like, nah, man. I'm sorry, bro. Just give the fans something to enjoy. Don't take the shit back. What are you doing?
Here's what I'm gonna say. Okay, first off, Steph, before I gotta tell you this. No, hell no. Back to back was one of the weakest disses of all time. He ain't revolutionized shit.
I like
Absolutely,
back to back.
as a one weak ass diss. Man, that dude did a song with him years later. I was like, man, get out here with that shit, man. Like, man, and
Hey, you get embodied by a singing nigga is like one of the hardest lines to me,
It's a
man.
hard bar. Yeah, it
That's
is.
crazy.
this far.
That's crazy.
We went this far from no Vaseline ether and hit him up, and as well as who shot you. We might as well say that's a diss too, even though Biggie didn't want to admit it. We already know that's what it was. But
Still
hell no.
controversial, yeah. Still controversial.
And we got some more like between who's that Saha there shoot there's a couple other people I can think of, man. Drake don't even think it's barely scraping top 10, man. Come on. No. Revolutionize that what?
Yeah.
Use a
People love
ghostwriter
people love that song, Jared.
on that for man. Come on. Out of here. Anyway,
Oh man.
only because your family, I'm gonna stop right there. Okay. Going on with the J. Cole situation, man. I'm all for brotherhood, man. Where we have this camaraderie amongst each other. But in this case, J. Cole, what the absolute hell were you thinking with this apology, man? No, I get it where this whole thing where because J. Cole, in a sense, the dude's a reserved person. He's a reserved person, so I wasn't expecting the reply in itself. But as far as rap battles go in the history of hip hop, as long as it's going back, no, when you have your hip hop battles, you don't apologize for the shit. You keep going with it, man. You stick by it. You stand on it. I hate to use something said by King, but you stand on your business, man. You got to do that, and especially too. The reply that he had for Kendrick was decent. I know some people we all know somebody that don't necessarily agree it was decent, but you know who he
Hey.
is. But the thing is though is that it had the punch, probably not the punch that a lot of people were expecting, but at least my whole thing is at that point, just agreeing with Steph on this, stick with it and give it. That's what the fans are wanting, man. We want to see two of the greatest going at it. And the thing is, too,
Yeah.
we know that at least the two top people right now with J. Cole and Kendrick. I hope we've learned our lessons with Tupac and Biggie, where we don't take it too far. And the thing is, I don't think
Absolutely.
there's those type of people that would take it to that level of letting themselves be taken too far. But my whole thing is this. if we're not gonna get the collab album, give us the battle, man. Give us the battle. Because the thing
There.
is,
Yep.
man,
That's it.
we know we ain't getting that.
That's it.
We ain't getting a collab now. So give us that at least. Let us enjoy the fact that we're getting more music from you two. Because man, the Might Delete later too. At first I didn't even know it was an album. And the thing is, I listened to it later. I actually liked it. It was pretty.
It's well put together. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's a well composed album, man.
It's solid, yeah. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
like so the thing is, it's just like, man, I am disappointed just like you guys, where it's just like, man, you don't go about having a response like that, and then you take it back. I'm sorry, it makes you like a punk. I'm sorry. I'm not saying there's gotta be violence between the two, but it's like as far as rap battles are concerned, no, you don't do that, man. You don't do it. And it's kind of one of those things like, hell, man, like I love Cole, man. It's a 1A, 1B situation for me between them two.
Yeah.
And it's just like
it's Vegeta and Goku.
Yeah. And personally for me, I prefer Kendrick just a little bit more just because the relatability factor just a little bit. But man, Cole's right there with them for me. So I was just like, Cole, no, you don't do that, man. No, this ain't the time to be philosophical. This ain't the time to, be reserved. No, you stick by the shit, man. And just
you go for broke.
Deal with the blows with Kendrick, because the thing is, you still got your fans that are going to support you no matter what. You still got them. So that's what I'm saying. Like now with this, it's just like, man, shit, it kind of makes it look like a punk, dude.
So my question is, like, is there any coming back from what he's done? Like, is there anything that he can do? Yeah.
Nah, because you can't drop another diss after this. Like,
it just makes me feel like hip hop is like a bit ruined a little bit.
Yeah. It is. Drake, please save us, bro.
It's weird.
Drop a diss right now.
Wait,
Drake, drop your diss, bro. Come on, stop playing.
He waiting for his ghostwriters, man. We know this, man. Hey, he ain't got enough of the material yet, so hey, we gotta give him maybe a couple more weeks.
Drake
Probably
by
the next time we do another episode, maybe we'll hear. So hey, probably the next time we do another episode. Tour.
He's not worried about nothing, man.
Yeah, that nigga.
And Metro Boomin and Future is dropping the album on Friday. Which is another thing. Metro Boomin and Future are dropping the album this upcoming Friday. So like, I feel like it's just stay tuned, man. Like I feel like what's gonna happen is Kendrick's gonna drop a song that just like solidifies like his platform, and then like it's gonna crumble everything that's ever been like said and done between the three. So like it's just, I don't know, it's weird. Like I'm a person who leans more towards Cole, but like I just see it happening, man. So I'm just like, man, it's crazy, but like it's just so weird. Like I said, like I feel like hip hop is ruined. Like, yeah, what's that quote? Like, don't meet your heroes or whatever. But like, but it's just like, man, like it's just hard to believe like he do something like that. And like I said, like I get it, I understand it. If you feel conflicted, do what you got to do. But man, like you didn't have to do that, bro.
Yeah,
he's been talking for 3 years about how he's the best rapper, and then the moment somebody come at you, you like, never mind, man. Bro, that's so whack.
And he didn't really even come at him.
Yeah,
not really.
And that was the thing too. Where I'm just like, Cole, man, come on, man. This is the time where, man, you talk your shit, you stick with it, man. Like, show that you're one of the, like, we know you're one of the best of our generation. There's no doubt about that. But it's just like, man, like, trying to stamp yourself as that solidified. Like, nah, I'm the best. I'm the real Muhammad Ali, as he said. Hey, there's a big three by Muhammad Ali. Man,
Muhammad Ali didn't stand down for nobody, man.
Look like Joe
Muhammad Ali was taking off. Oh, you crazy. I don't know. And I've been seeing people like say like they want to submit a new application for the Big Three. Like they just feel like Big Sean should be up in there, or like Big Crit.
All right, hey. Big Sean, man. Look, you said Big Crit. I like Big Crit, but I don't know.
Big Sean dropped a song about the Big Three and nobody even cared. Like he's just.
What's bad about it is like Big Sean feels like the little brother. We gonna call him Little Big Brother, man. Because the thing is that dude is
He gets disrespected too much.
man, he's legit, but he always gets overshadowed. And I feel like Kendrick always ends up dropping something as soon as he does. Like I don't know if it's intentional, but it just always just
It
feels
has to be because I
It
feel like
has to be.
I think Jay-Z does the same thing when Nas drops.
yeah.
Oh,
Like low key, like it's just like I'm gonna try to stay a step above you. It's just weird, man. Hip hop is in a weird state, bro.
Mhm.
Speaking of weird states, let's segue into another sicko weirdo
Yeah.
known as the Diddler.
The Diddler. Diddle us this.
Dude, so what's been going on recently? It's been all over the news. Diddy's Diddy had two houses raided, and he had I think warrants on him for like or search warrants for like sexual trafficking and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Now he done had all these allegations already. So Cassie came out and said that she was sexually abused and like trafficked and all this other stuff by Diddy, and was gonna file a lawsuit. And then the next day, that man paid her price.
Hmm.
So I want to ask y'all, man, like, how do y'all feel about the situation? Because I think it's just crazy.
I personally
What
think
you
it's
think,
the
Jared?
chickens coming home to roost, man.
Yeah.
It's the chickens coming home to roost, man. Because the thing is that my whole thing is that there's been too many stories. You know, of course, you know you had the stories about the
Hmm.
parties and stuff like that, but there's too much,
Yeah.
too many people that have said too much stuff about you. Where at this point, you don't look too
Hmm.
innocent. You know, I know they say you're innocent until proven guilty, but the thing is that out of two or more witnesses, the fact established. So the thing is, you got many people that are saying the same thing about where you got younger kids around you. You know, you got younger people
Yeah.
around you, and man, like P Diddy, what like in his mid-50s at this point? It's like that
That nigga's old.
already right. Yeah, it's just
That
like
nigga's old.
my whole thing is that with that, and then along on top of where a lot of these artists that are are associated with him, or people that have been around him have mentioned
Yep.
there's these things going on. And then I think
Yep.
definitely the Cassie situation. To me, like
Yeah.
whenever you have a settlement situation, once you're accused of something, to me that's a sign of guilt right there, because it's just
Oh
you don't
yeah.
want you're paying somebody so that they don't spill the beans on you. And the thing is, that's always rubbed me the wrong way when you hear a situation like that. I can
One
never
hundred
see
percent.
somebody in innocent light after that.
Yeah. I think my thing with that whole thing was seeing his kids like on the front lawn handcuffed up, like when
Yeah.
authorities was raiding the houses. I'm just like, when it gets to that point where your own kids are like detained and like told, look, you gotta sit here. We about to search the whole place. Like, it's a wrap. You need an answer for what's been going on. We need a public statement.
Hmm.
We need you to get your behind down here and answer some stuff for at least for the people because
Especially
there ain't no way.
especially on the predation charges. That's the one thing too, where it's just
Oh
like
man,
it's
yeah.
just with men and women. It's the thing where he's been a predator for both genders. So it's just like, man,
Hmm.
he it seems like he just felt like he had no limits to what he could do, and he probably had that
Yeah.
mindset for the longest that, hey, I can't be touched. There's always stories too about where he's had this power in the industry where people end up dead if you talk too much about P Diddy. So over
Yeah.
time when you have that type of power, that's what ends up having you develop this mindset you can't do no wrong, or you have that
Hmm.
power over people that if you say anything, something can happen to you.
Pretty much, man. And like, hey, in the famous words of Cat Williams, Diddy gonna want a party, and you gotta tell him no.
How to tell them no?
You know, you, you gotta tell him no.
he
That
said
man knew
that.
something that we didn't. Bro,
Yeah.
have you not
Wow.
seen that interview?
I haven't seen all of it. It's long. I've seen bits and pieces,
Bro,
but I haven't seen.
every
Yeah.
It's funny as
let
hell,
me tell
man.
you,
Oh,
every
he's
single
funny.
minute of that interview, pure gold. Every single minute. He that dude is so funny, bro.
It
That needs to be studied.
that interview makes me uncomfortable because he has manic energy in it, and it just makes me all jittery and anxious. I'm like, did he smoke some crack before this interview or something? Like, what's happening to this man?
So
I think go
here's
ahead, Jared.
no, I was gonna say here's the thing with Cat Williams. Like, there is like a kind of a what's the word I want to say? Like there is kind of like a I can't think of the word where everyone they kind of have the same mindset about a person, so it kind of you kind of end up like having this set mindset, kind of hive mindset. I guess that's the word I'm looking for,
Hmm.
where this idea is portrayed about somebody and everybody kind of follows along. But Cat Williams put it plainly that he's never done any drugs because and the thing is that um, when he was growing up, he lived by himself and he saw other people that lost their livelihoods due to that. So he stayed away from the stuff.
Hmm.
Oh,
I can't trust.
And
I can't trust it myself. I just go based off of vibes, bro. That's all I'm going off of. Like,
no,
and he has the vibes, kind of like a somebody that smokes some crack. But like
I don't
he
know, man.
he very well may have never done drugs, but like anybody who's doing drugs is gonna tell you that they never touched a drug. Like that's
No, I
just
think
what
he's
it
pretty
is.
honest. I mean, as honest as that man was in that interview about a lot of stuff, I don't think he would lie about that. And then too, to that point, he kept like rubbing like on his like legs. I think that man is sensory. I think he's very sensory, and then like you know what that's attached to. So like I don't
mm,
know. I'll kind of give him like the benefit of the doubt with all that because like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
for
know. I feel
sure.
like we are. I think
mhm,
we all on the spectrum somehow. So
yeah.
I mean, he's a genius at his craft. So if he's on the spectrum, who cares? I mean, he didn't
yeah,
want.
that man was reading 3,000 pages. What's he? What do you say? 3,000 books or something?
It's
This
no way that's
always-
real. It's no way that's real, bro.
Well,
Hey,
one thing I wanted to ask about it because that was one Clay. I was like, okay, like how long are the books, if anything? Because that'd be my
bro,
next. Like, how long are the books? Because yeah,
because
like
he was reading the sources too. He was reading them the sources as well.
because like
So
if they were like very like short books that are like maybe like 25, 30 pages long, then maybe I can give the benefit of that maybe because I can read like about 20 pages a night, and I'm
yeah,
that's but like yeah like
yeah,
yeah that amount I'm like yeah
It's
I
no way
don't
that's
know
real.
if you can read that many
yeah,
books in a year. Hey shit, I like reading just
boy,
much as this person, but shit man, that's a lot.
boy. I read 5 pages and I'm gone. You know what I mean? So like, hey, more power to him. Three
Yeah.
thousand books. That's great. You remember we used to get them Pizza Hut vouchers when we used to read like a certain amount of
Yeah,
books, bro.
Well, when you think back on that, that's crazy though. Like, boy, hey man, we'll give you some pizza if you read, man. Like, damn, we didn't want to read for shit.
Right? Like if you don't become illiterate, it gets you a small pizza. Like
Man!
that's crazy. Oh man, that's a crazy concept, bro.
I
With that
probably.
said, I used to collect a lot of them. I used to collect a lot of them ones, boy. For
Oh,
I'm
real.
not kidding you. I probably read more text out of the Pokemon game than I've read out of a book in my lifetime.
hey, you gotta become a Pokemon master, man. Hey,
I
look.
was I was all
That's
about it.
crazy. I
Oh,
rock with Pokemon too, bro. I ain't
oh,
gonna hold you.
Steph, what was your opinion? I guess on the topic too. We never got a chance to ask you.
Yeah,
It's like the Jeffrey Epstein thing, right? It's just
yeah.
people. This is making a lot of news. I think this is the most popular news story right now, but it just doesn't interest me because it's just like there's a lot of psychopaths out there, man. Like
Yes.
especially when you have that amount of power and influence. I don't think a lot of normal people can just imagine what it's like living on a day to day life.
Hmm.
Um, that's not trying to give him any excuses. It's just like, man, it's a bunch of people out here doing the same thing. They just not P Diddy.
Hmm. And I guess too on that
That's right.
regard too, like with Dan Schneider's situation, the Quiet on Set documentary, I think that
Yo,
kind of supports what Steph's saying, where you got a lot of people that are in higher places, where they got this power over people, predators, and the thing is too is that they use this money to have this sense of power over people, and so
yeah.
I do agree with Steph where there's a lot more people in the industry, both in Hollywood and the music industry, that are just like P Diddy and Dan Schneider. There are a lot of them, and the thing is that
Oh yeah.
because of the fear of retaliation of where of course you have your career, but then also too they have the power where they can hire people to assassinate you if they wanted to. And the thing is, there'd be no strings attached. So my thing is that with
Crazy.
all those things, it's definitely not. It's not a shocker to me that a lot of people don't know as much about it because not a lot is said because of that fear. But then also too, as Steph pointed out too, there are a lot of people out there that do have that power in a sense. So it shouldn't be shocking once people do find out.
100%. Definitely agree. Niggas are sickos, man,
Yeah,
and they got to answer for that.
and they
You
do.
don't mess with kids, bro.
And the thing is too, whether or not if it's in his life, they're gonna have to answer eventually. It's
Oh, 100%, man. 100%.
but
Oh boy.
But I guess we'll go ahead and move on from that, and we'll move into so this is the final topic. So this is dealing with Caitlyn Clark and the legacy based after the loss that they Iowa had against South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
So first off, I want to give a lot of props to South Carolina and to Don,
Man.
because the
Yes,
thing is, I do believe that there hasn't been enough focus on that. I get it. Caitlin Clark is an exceptional player, but the fact though that South Carolina, they went undefeated and they won the national
bro.
championship. And the thing is,
Quietly went undefeated on news coverage as well.
yeah, and the thing is, like, it's just with that, in relation to sports, when you have a team that could go undefeated like that is a huge accolade right there, and that not a lot of teams within sports can really say that they can do. That takes a lot of
Yeah.
cooperation and camaraderie between your teammates, and then also the culture too. So shout out to South Carolina in that regard. I do have to start
Yeah.
with that because I do feel like they've gotten their people have given them attention, but it's not the attention that it should have based off of that.
Yeah. That's uncommon favor. Like Don Staley said, that's that uncommon favor, baby.
Yeah.
That's
But
big facts.
so going back to the Kayla Clark thing, I guess I'll just go ahead and just start on it since I've already kind of started with the South Carolina thing. But
Yeah, please do.
I do think that she did. Because the thing is, like, watching the games like where they played against LSU and then they played against South Carolina. She did have she had an incredible. I think she had a better game in my opinion against LSU. That's just my opinion. Um, this
100% she did. It was a
yeah,
revenge
I think
game.
yeah. In South Carolina, I think they had a better game plan to kind of hold her back because she shot okay. It wasn't too good as she did in the LSU game. But I do think her legacy, she did help to improve the women's sports overall, the field of it because of the fact that
Mhm.
I will admit that these couple of games, these past couple of games, were probably the first time where I legitimately like enjoyed watching a full game of women's basketball. I'm gonna be honest; it was exciting to watch. It was good to see
Mhm.
that too. Like you have from shooters with Caitlin Clark. As far as Angel Reese, when I saw her play for LSU, you got these big bodies. You also had a couple of big bodies too for South Carolina as well. And so it's good to see.
Man, Camila Cardoza.
That was her name, Cardosa. She like the thing is she had an incredible game too, and
Yeah.
one thing that I kind of noticed too, like that's been more prevalent is like the pull up game. It's improved a lot, like with female
Yo.
basketball. At least what I've noticed, like Flau'jae Johnson that I saw at LSU, boy, I was impressed with her
Mhm.
pull up game. Some of the people on South Carolina as well, they had a pretty good pull up game as well. So I
Oh yeah.
definitely enjoyed watching those games overall. And I think overall, like she has definitely brought more attention to women's basketball. But one thing I will say that will hold up against her is not having that title. And I think
Oh man.
this
Yeah.
is one thing I am going to say for her going to the pros. Um, because I saw a lot of people mention this where it's just like, oh, already you got some the players in the WNBA that are already kind of like, oh, well, hey, we wait to see what she do once she get up to this level. And the thing is, some people kind of took offense to that, but I'm just like, well, the thing is that yeah, you proved yourself in college basketball. But hey, what are you gonna do against the pros, man? Hey, you still got a lot to prove. And hey, and what some of them can tell you is, hey, you didn't win a championship there. What makes you think you gonna come up and dominate up in here? So I think what
Yeah.
this is though, it's a good chance for Caitlyn Clark to be able to prove herself a little bit more. And really, if she wins a championship in the WNBA, it will bolster her legacy because we're seeing right now too
Oh,
where we have
100%.
more better women's players that are coming into the WNBA. So the thing is that you're going to have that higher competition as time goes along as she's in there, and I think that'll also bring more attention to the WNBA too. So if she chooses, I should say, to go into the WNBA because I know Ice Cube is giving her an offer as well for the Big Three league. So
Yeah.
but the thing is that. Yeah, well, I think I'm looking forward to seeing actually, she steps up to the plate and hey, win a championship in the pros.
I gotta agree with you on that, man. Like you said, shout out to Caitlin Clark. She's like a generational talent, in my opinion. Definitely one of the first times I've been more so in tune to women's basketball, what they got going on, man. I mean, phenomenal job by both teams. South Carolina, they played better. They played with more heart. They played like a well-oiled machine. And to Caitlin's defense, she was pulling up. She started early, in the first quarter, second quarter, pulling up early, putting in them shots, man. And then South Carolina just got on her and said, "We gonna shut that down." And then all you got left is, you got Hannah Stuelke, who was their big, and you got Gabby Marshall, who is I think their point. But honestly, it was just those three for Iowa State to me, in my opinion, that were really putting in work and trying to make a case. I mean, Caitlin had half those points, but still,
Right.
Caitlin, Iowa doesn't have any rebounders, and honestly, that's where they failed
They
at
were
this
small.
whole season.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
small.
so small, and honestly, like nobody. I guess shout out to Dot Staley because she figured it out. They didn't have no height. They couldn't rebound, and honestly, LSU kind of exposed that a bit, but they
Yeah.
just didn't capitalize off of it and get those fast break points that they should have. But I mean, South Carolina, man, they just shut it down, man. So like, I'm interested to see what Caitlin does. I do think she'll be a number one pick in the WNBA,
Oh yeah.
and definitely when she's able to get some rebounders on her team,
Mhm.
I'm gonna be really excited to see what comes about because there was once a guy who came out of Davidson College who didn't really have a bunch of rebounders with him, and he went to Golden State. You know what I'm saying? And he's one of the goats of
We
the
got a
of the
hint.
game today.
We got a hint of that name somewhere on the screen.
Right. So yeah, we're gonna see how well she dominates in the league with doing that. So I'm excited to see where Caitlin's journey goes. But to finish off, there should be way more news coverage with South Carolina and winning. And I just think Caitlin, a lot of attention. She brought a lot of attention back to women's basketball, and it's amazing. And I think that's well and done. But also give credit where credit is due. So shout out to South Carolina's team. Shout out to Don Staley. I think winning 2 to 3 championships within
Three.
like the
Yeah.
last 3 years.
She won three.
Dog.
Yeah, 3 championships.
And Don Staley is so impressive anyway. Like she's a gold medalist for one.
Mhm.
Like playing in the WNBA, but also coming back to coach and like winning championships with that. Like it's just I don't know. You can't ask for a better black woman, man. That's just dope. I love seeing it
Right.
for sure.
Steph, man, did you do your homework, man?
Right? Yeah. Please.
I didn't.
Oh man. I'm
I
gonna be honest, man. You missed out on some good games. I'm gonna really be honest though.
actually
A really great game.
I saw the ending of it. Actually, it was pretty good. I,
What? You saw the ending of it? You didn't even see the whole game?
I saw the ending, like the last 5-10 minutes. No.
I gotta
That's when the
I
game
gotta
was
help
getting
you.
away, man. You missed all the good stuff.
My
You
life
gotta
is
watch quarter 1 and 2.
to a full right now, bro. I'm into football when it's football season. When the NBA gets to the playoffs, I'm on that. I ain't got room for college, men's college, women's college. When y'all get to the big leagues, tell me how it is, man. That's what I'm on.
Wow. That's
But
crazy.
I don't have time for it. I don't have time for it. I don't.
Respect it.
It's so many other things that I'd rather do than watch college sports. And that's not to berate people who like that stuff. My grandfather watched every sport on the planet, okay?
Yo,
And he has all my respect. But I can't. No, I got to tap out of that. For me,
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Watching every NFL game is almost too much. I'm like, okay. Time is money, man. That's all I'm on. Time is money, and
Bro, it's the
I don't know.
weekend. You working on the weekend too?
Hey, another
boy,
endeavors,
sleep.
yes, sir.
We gotta get you a different job, man. For real. You gotta enjoy these moments, man. That's history right there, bro. I get it, but
Nah,
man.
nah, I'm fine, bro.
Nah, okay, I got you.
No,
Respect, respect.
okay, so it's just like I don't know, man. College sports is always rubs me the wrong way because they play a very specific way. Like they don't dribble too much. It's not really that focused on ball handles. Some they focus a lot on shot selection, and so in the NBA, like they'll throw up a bad shot, but I mean they so good it goes in anyway. So it's just like the coach can't really be mad at you at that point.
But the thing is, though, man, that's basketball in its purest form, man.
Exactly, exactly, Jared.
Appreciates
It's the
college.
purest form of the sport. Whether it's football, whether it's basketball, whether it's baseball, it's the purest form of competitiveness, man.
Now, I will say,
It's up there for anybody.
football, college football. I don't enjoy it as much. I don't know what it is about college football. I don't know what it is. I don't enjoy it as much as NFL. I don't know what it is, but it is something with it. I don't know how to explain it, but college basketball in general, I feel like it is basketball in its purest form of what you'll see from like people that you play with on the regular courts and stuff like that. I think
Yeah,
that's why I
for
appreciate
sure.
it a little bit more. And of course, don't get me wrong, NBA is exciting where you got these pros that can do just really crazy shit and it goes in. So Steph Curry
Like the NASA's.
or the NASA.
Fire that man.
No, hey, look,
Bonafide professional.
Giannis might be watching, man, and you're gonna be kicked off the podcast. You better be careful, man.
Man, shout out to both of them, man. Yeah, Giannis Antetokounmpo, bro.
But yeah,
Oh
like,
god.
don't get me wrong, like yeah, like NBA, like it's cool to see where like you got your Steph Currys, you got your LeBron James, or people from back then like the Kobe's and Michael Jordans, where they can do just some crazy stuff. You're just like, man, how the hell they do that? And you try to go
Man,
out
yeah.
on your general court do the shit, and then it don't look as pretty. So it's just like, man,
Yeah.
it's that is one thing I enjoy about the NBA, the NFL too. There's some amazing athletes that you have in pro football, where of course we know our boy Patty Mahomes. So for one, but
You mean Mr. Goat himself?
yeah, yes, sir. So, but the thing is,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I think like that's why I do appreciate college basketball. Like, yeah, it's some things a little bit sloppy. I guess there is some moments where some things are a little bit sloppy, but I think I think that's what kind of makes it more pure in a sense is that you have
Yeah.
those people that are still doing mistakes like how you would see with people you play with on a daily basis. So
Yeah.
it makes them feel human. It gives us hope, I guess too.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. But all right, man. I think we done hit all of our topics for today. But first, who's on our detention besides Stefan for that horrible take earlier that Drake is saving
Yeah.
hip
He's
hop?
saving hip hop, bro. Hey, where's that diss at
He
Drake? Come on, man.
revolutionized the disc game.
You a dishonorable mention, man.
Hey, bro, maybe I'm
Right.
crazy, but I
I like
genuinely
Drake is not looks like his
I believe that, bro. Hey, Drake, man, shout out to you. No, but for real, shout out to J. Cole for that Patrick Mahomes bar on Ready
Yeah,
24. That was hard.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I know exactly what you're talking
bro.
about. You know what? In fact, I'm sorry.
Man,
This was going to detention. J. Cole, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. That
yeah,
apology, man. Fuck out
yeah,
with that shit. You going to detention.
yeah.
Going to hip hop detention. Going to
He
always
gotta
gonna be
sit
at
in the corner and
detention,
think about
man.
that, bro.
Man,
Okay. I was listening to academics, and he made a really good point. Does J. Cole have friends, bro?
You listen to academics?
Because it's no way his friends would tell him that. Hey, he's funny sometimes. I'm sorry. He's funny.
you said does he have friends?
Because there's no way
That's
his friends would
crazy.
tell him to do that.
I mean, I'm sure he's got some people that he know, but probably maybe he probably just did that on his own without saying that to nobody.
I
Because
think
the thing is,
he did that on
I
his
found
own
out
merit.
because the thing is, like, when was it official that he sent that?
Wasn't it yesterday?
Like Sunday.
Was it late yesterday? Because I didn't find out till like this morning when I woke up,
Yeah.
and then also that's why I was just like, oh, what just happened?
Not sure
Honestly,
actually.
man,
Jared.
I think because the statement came out yesterday because it was Dreamville Fest and it was live coverage. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So
boy.
yeah, but yeah, I'm sorry. We got to put our boy J. Cole in detention, man. And hey, hopefully, some better things will come about over to the next time we got our next episode. But hey, we'll see.
Right. We will see.
All right, y'all, man. This was a good episode. Steph Curry and Juice Soul, man. I appreciate y'all time, and man, I think we out, man.
And stay blessed.